I can't stop crying, and I can't believe this is happening to me. This is horrible and unfair. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today I'm going to go over a story titled, I cheat on my husband and he's taking it well, but I feel like he resents me. And a shout out to Jeremy for sending me this story. And guys, this story is actually a series of small updates about this wife who's losing her mind because in spite of what the title says here, her husband is not taking it so well with regards to her cheating on him. In fact, he very quickly starts putting her through the mental gymnastics, which you can't blame him. And ultimately, this ends not very well for her. And there'll be an entertaining one to go over here, guys, making the point about the old joke about women and accountability. And this whole time, as this doesn't work out for her, she's playing the world's smallest violin looking for pity, and she doesn't get it. And just goes to show you guys, there's cheating going on. You got to end it, move on. It's not going to go well. And also, P.S. to any women that find this channel and probably hate on me, guys can't just get over it. Guy's always going to have trust issues after cheating. He's always going to imagine her with the other guy. It's just not going to stop his best to part ways. So don't even try to think that it's going to work out. So it starts off, says here, I'm 30 years old and I cheat on my husband and he's taking it well, but I feel like he resents me. I know I did something awful and disgusting, and when I couldn't take the guilt anymore, I cut off my affair partner and confessed everything to my husband. Well, what a saint. If that's true, okay, that's great. She cut it off before he found out and told the husband, but still, doesn't make things any better. He got more upset and depressed than angry, and I begged for him not to divorce me. I proposed counseling, therapy, even allowing him to, wait for it, have SCX with other women, but he wasn't interested. Well, no kidding, because this guy is a one-woman guy. That's why he married you and wanted to be just you, and you ruined it. And by the way, any woman that offers other women to make things better for a guy shows you she doesn't love you. She sees sex as transactional, and the pair bonding's gone by a long time ago. I mean, think about it, really. But that offer she made is going to come back to bite her. He said he wanted to try to work us out, and I jumped in, being the best wife a man could ask for. And by the way, smack to the husband for saying working it out. But then again, was this part of his big plan for what you're about to see? Well, I cook his favorite dishes, leaving him loving notes, and bought new lingerie to entice him. His reactions are lukewarm at best. He smiles and thanks me, but not once has he said he loves me since I've confessed. He barely initiates anything, and I basically have to push myself on him, not that he complains. Well, what do you expect? You were cheating on him for Lord knows how long. You didn't mention that. And you just expect him to, like, the next day be like, okay, honey, and say he loves you and be receptive to your lingerie and shit? No, this takes a long time. Well, sometimes we talk about this, but I think I still lost the man that I love. His behavior with me feels very artificial, and nothing changes his facade. I can be playful, I can be sad, I can get angry, and I can get seductive. His reaction is always a stupid smile and polite words. Stupid smile? You're not in the place, lady, to be insulting him. Again, if he was cheating on you, would you just, the next day, act like everything's great because he was cooking your favorite meals and he was... Okay, he wouldn't be wearing lingerie, but he'd be doing something in the bedroom. Maybe he'd offering to give you oral every night for fucking a month. Do you think that would just make you change, forget things? No. He was so emotional and sincere before all this happened. Well, maybe that's why she cheated. I want him to let out his true emotions with me, even if he hates me. I still love him so much. What can I do to fix this? You can't. You're lucky enough that he didn't toss you out the door. I would have. But then again, he's handling this through a different approach. Next, now this is her first update here. She says, he knows I cheated. We didn't separate, and I begged him not to divorce me and let me fix this. He agreed, but his behavior since my confession has basically been one of indifference. See? What's the opposite of love? It ain't hate, guys. It's indifference. Like I wrote on my last post, I do my best to be the best wife I could ask for. I cook his favorite foods, get him gifts, screw his brains out every night. He just smiles and thanks me. I can picture that. After she gives him a blowjob. Thank you, honey. He acts kind and never yells at me, but I feel his icy indifference under that mask of courtesy. 2 weeks ago, he started coming home late. Very late. And when he does, he just goes to bed. I asked him what's going on, and he told me in the kindest way possible that it's not my business. It's not her business because he's getting down to business. I call him when he stays out, and he picked up only once. I heard a woman laughing in the background. Uh-oh. I'm starting to think he's cheating back on me, and it fucking hurts. What'd you do? Now, 2 wrongs don't make a right, and he should end this, but still. Now she knows. If he told me at least, I would do my best to stomach it. I deserve this all, but he won't tell me, he just shuts me out. So the uncertainty and not knowing is driving her nuts. Oh, by the way, we all recall from the first story that didn't she say she offered up him to be with other women? So what's she complaining about? A common friend told me that she spotted him in a car with a woman and she didn't recognize and it felt like a stab in the heart. How do you think he felt when you were cheating on him? She said she couldn't describe her exactly because she wore big sunglasses, but she recognized my husband because of his particular taste in neckties. Neckties? They were talking, but my friend said that from their position, it looked like they were holding their hands and one of them was touching the other's lap. How is she going to tell that from across the parking lot? I don't know what to do. Is he having an affair? If he's having an affair, I deserve it, but I need to know. The uncertainty is killing me. Should I confront him? Should I try to find out more? What I tell you all about women on uncertainty drives them crazy. And again, she's the one that said he could have fun with other women to make up for things. Next update. This is 2 days later. She says, wait for it, he left me. Shocker. I did like you guys said and begged him to talk to me. He didn't want to, but I cried and yelled so much I puked all over the place. Ugh. Well, that gets attention. He got softer with me. He helped me clean up and we talked. I asked him if he was cheating on me and he said he was talking with someone but didn't do anything with her. I asked if she was the woman my friend saw him with and he thought on about it but said no. It was another woman whom he met a month ago in his office. So, look at this mental gymnastics making her crazy. She's like, so there's another woman? I asked him how could he, and he said I gave him permission, and he didn't do anything besides unloading his problems and our situation with her. I bet you it probably pissed his wife off more that he was confiding about all this to another woman than actually banging her. I'm serious. As fucked up as it is, I bet that's the case. But he played it like he was having a full affair, so I could feel what he felt, especially because, according to him, I neglected him and made it obvious I was cheating on him. Mental gymnastics. He said that he was suffering and I was almost rubbing it in his face. I told him I wasn't doing it on purpose, and he said this was even worse because I didn't care at all. Well, so clearly it seems that before she confessed to the affair, he could tell something was up. He said that everything I did after confessing meant nothing and just made him think I'm selfish, self-centered, and lack any sort of self-respect. Well, I agree with him. She is selfish, and she is self-centered. Look at the whole time she's bitching and complaining because he's being indifferent to her and not reacting the way she wants. Not even mentioning he feeling bad about how she hurt him. It's all about her. I asked him if I could work on myself and our marriage, but he said we can have counseling to sort ourselves out, but the marriage is over. Good. It's about freaking time. I mean, he should have done that earlier, but maybe he wanted to give her a little taste of her medicine. I can't say I blame him. Or maybe while he was playing nice and, pretending to maybe reconcile, he's talking to lawyers, finding out his options, moving some money, planning things. I can't blame him. He said that he wishes no ill will on me and decided to cut his charade because he can no longer bear to the woman he once loved to suffer like that. But he said, I'm no longer that woman. I started sobbing again and he held me, but he kept saying no when I asked him if we could work this out. Yeah, she's not the woman that he thought she was. Well, I asked him what was he going to do, and he's moving out. He already found a new place. I asked him if he was going to live with that woman, and he said that he chose. He wrote this bad, but he said, but she was close enough. I asked him how he could pick up a total stranger he met a month ago over his wife of 5 years. Well, he trusts this stranger more than his wife. How could she cheat on him over her husband of 5 years? He said his wife of 5 years no longer exists. He has to pick between two strangers, and that woman made a much better impression on him. Ouch. I told him that he was a fool, and he could not know this woman will probably use and dump him. He got harsh with me and said, she's better than me for sure. Ouch. Look, this woman has no right, this wife, to give him shit. He said he won't say to our families that our marriage ended because I cheated, but because we grew apart, and that he will leave the house to me as long as I make the divorce smooth. She ought to take this offer. Not fighting about it, him not dragging her name through the mud. Then again, she could very much control the narrative and drag his name through the mud. But if I try to take him to the cleaners, drag it out, or cause any problems, he will tell everyone what I did and destroy me and my reputation. He's given her a chance. This happened yesterday, and he has already packed up most of everything. I can't stop crying, and I can't believe this is happening. This is horrible and unfair. Boo-hoo. I don't feel bad for her. You know, if she, after this whole thing, confessed to him and wasn't bitching about him not snapping to and being a good husband and receiving all her, being receptive to all her things, then it'd be different here. But she's completely all about her. Not wants to hear anything about her saying how bad she felt, how she hurt him and betrayed him, and he was such a good husband. This whole thing was her complaint about how she was feeling. And now she expects people to fall for her crap. Well, I can assure you, nobody did at all. So I'm going to read some comments here before I wrap this up. One guy says here, you puked all over the marriage by cheating. You should have just washed his hands of the entire situation. The moment he should have washed his hands of the situation before he found out you cheated. He may be choosing a woman he's known for a month, but she didn't do the ultimate betrayal to him. You did. I don't think you get to play the victim in this situation. And yet she is playing the victim, as often happens. That's what narcissists do. They're always the victim. Everybody else is the problem. Another guy says here, what do you mean? How could he? You have some kind of weird self-centered issues. This is quite literally all your fault, and honestly, you don't deserve anybody's sympathy. He's already being more kind than anybody else would, leaving you the house. If he brought evidence of your infidelity to the divorce court, you'd be in a lot worse of a place. So maybe try some humility and be grateful that the man is not being vindictive. Get some therapy so you don't ruin somebody else's life. This woman's a narcissist, so she's going to ruin somebody else's life. Another one. This dude says, OP, your husband just staged an affair to show you what you've shown him. For only a couple weeks, you were paranoid and hurt by this actions and coming home late. You even hurt while knowing you observed it. Now imagine the things you did in your affair. Your husband already acknowledged he knew what you were doing as you were rubbing it in his face, and all you could say was, I didn't do it on purpose. Well, he did it on purpose without the actual affair, but while you were doing it, he never did anything to deserve it. He had no way of justifying your actions, and then to top it off, and your client, you got away with it scot-free. You made sure that he suffered no damage before admitting to your husband. And every step you showed your wants and desires mattered more to him. Then you showed your job and the affair partner mattered more, and you prioritized your desire to keep your husband. You did nothing for your husband. You did everything for yourself and to get what you want. Your husband has already offered you how to make peace with him, but you need to learn how to make peace with yourself. Well, that's not going to happen. This chick is a drama queen. I have one more. He says, sorry, but this update made me laugh. You deserve this. How dare you cheat on him and ruin your marriage and then play victim and cry? How could you do this and how could you pick a stranger? I don't know. Take your fucking advice. How could you do this and pick someone who wasn't your husband? Get some help because you are mental and obvious. You don't give a shit about him and only care about yourself. Don't be a shitty person and shitty things won't happen to you. I'm so happy for him doing what he needs to do and getting away from you. So like I said, this is no mercy. Nobody cares. So anyhow, there you go. Again, a narcissist. It's all about her and everything like that. Women and accountability. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, you find a good one, send it my way, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. And if it's a good one, I'll most certainly cover it. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.